Well, hello, Bob Dendry here, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we are building the town of Lorikeet Valley. So, as you can see, we're starting off with a nice view of all of this traffic in our city, which is really not good. It's quite loud with all those horns, so we might just move away from those a little bit. So, you've probably got a good idea, whoops, of what this video is going to be all about. It's going to be working on the many traffic issues in our wonderful city. So basically there's been a lot of lobbying with, the residents of the area to the state and federal and local governments, and basically it's paid off. A strategy has been put together for the town in terms of what we're actually going to do. We have the Lorikeet Valley Transit Strategy, which we will be spending at least this episode working on and implementing. So if we zoom out a little bit, and you can see we've got our lovely view of our city from all the way up here, there's a number of key priorities that we'll be looking at in this episode. So we've got sort of a 2 to 3 phase approach. Now, probably the most important part being phase 1 is made up of two different sort of parts, which will really change the way traffic flows through and around our CBD area. So if we zoom in here, first of all, let's have a look at Birdsong Way, which is a major sort of crunch point right now, where we have vehicles going through the city, going to the city, and they are all conflicting and causing massive traffic issues into the city. So what we're first of all going to be doing, we will actually be rerouting Birdsong Way. So rather than crossing the sort of current point where it crosses over, it will actually run out over our rail line, and will run alongside our zoo, where we do currently have a collector set up already. That collector being, I can't read it, Kathleen Avenue, yes. So it will then, rather than curving back over the rail line and to the current Birdsong Way, it will actually cross our river on the other side of the train line, where it will then join back up with our existing Birdsong Way, where the current sort of T intersection with Davies Street is. So that's phase 1. Well, that's phase 1A, I should say. Phase 1B will look to get a new river crossing into place. We will look to join up from our roundabout on Lorikeet Way over to what is currently the corner of apparently also Kathleen Street. Wow, it's a very long street there. And that will be probably a 1 or a 2 lane, 1 each way road for the moment, but we will probably want to have some room to expand in the future. So we'll probably use one of our nice sort of 2 lane collector roads that are wider. Now, phase 2 structurally changes the sort of flow of traffic in the region. So we do currently have our highway, which is currently designated as Grey Drive, which sort of goes through the space between Garnet and Green Hills / Banksia Hills. What we're actually going to do with that, we will actually demote that from being a regional highway to a more local road. Ownership of that road will be handed over to the local Lorikeet Valley Council, and it will be, speed limit will be reduced, all of that. And instead, we're actually going to run a new motorway. It will be the first motorway in the Lorikeet Valley region, and it's going to flow from sort of where the the current Grey Drive splits off into 2 lanes each way, and it will actually circumnavigate the city. It will go around behind Grove Park, behind Valleyside. It will then cross over the current rail line, and will then almost follow the alignment of the current Birdsong Way over the river, where it will continue on and very much follow the alignment of the current City Link Road across, and then joining up again with Wilson Road this time where a new sort of interchange will be set up. And there's 3, I think, main access points that are really important for that to work. And that is a access point to the new Birdsong Way, which we'll be looking to hopefully do a SPUI, Single Point Urban Interchange, near the current... well, at the moment it's set up as a intersection with Concord Street, but we will probably look to make some changes to how the road flows through Old Lorikeet Valley as well. And as well as that, a connection to our current industrial slash freight area near Grove Park. So we'll need to design and implement intersections or interchanges to suit those areas, but that's a little bit down the road. So first of all, let's get started on phase 1A of this massive project. All right, here we are, and I'm going to try and do a lot of this work with traffic flowing and the game turned on. There's only a couple of sort of times where I'll need to look to switch it off or to pause, and that is when we're making this disconnection here, and we'll have to connect up a sort of temporary road to allow our buses to continue to flow. Other than that, we're pretty much good to pretty much leave everything running. So I'm going to make that change now to Kathleen Street. Disconnect it. And we are now going to go to our full lane roads. And we'll probably start to go up as well to prepare to cross. Doesn't need to, actually. We can make that just a regular standard turn off tree anarchy as well. And then we'll make our connection with the existing Kathleen Street as well. So I'm not sure how permanent this will be or if we'll make changes to it. So we'll do that. We might also just extend a sort of 3-lane section over to here as well for the moment. And then we need to work out how we're going to go with crossing. I think our road is high enough at this point. Let's have a look and see how it looks. Wonder if we want to do a curved bridge. No, let's go straight. Okay, lovely. That looks quite nice. Just want to make sure the bridge is sort of level, that we've got all the same heights, which I think we don't at the moment. Oh, and we definitely didn't. It was quite low. And from there we're going to switch back to grounded roads, I guess you could say. And we are going to try and curve around. Space is apparently already occupied. Don't know what by. Are we talking about that electricity wire? Possibly. And we're going to start to sort of make our way down to ground level over here. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else, so it probably is talking about the electricity wires. So we'll need to fix those up as well, obviously, because they are... I don't know how I'd feel about... don't know how I feel about driving through that. Doesn't look the greatest. Okay. And here we will disconnect the existing Birdsong Way. Pull it back. And we will try and do a nice sort of curve around. Well, that actually is fine, probably. Probably just needs a little bit of a curve, probably in the middle. Okay. Nice. So let's unpause now, actually. And we're going to see some strange things happening. Just got this little tiny road connection here that's there just to allow people to make their way back off the bridge. Oh, and I love that it's already renamed itself Birdsong Boulevard. So thank you, game. That was actually quite quite the right call to be making there. Cool, that's high enough. And we will temporarily disconnect here. And we will make this connection here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to demote this to a 2-lane road. And we'll have it connect up to the new Birdsong Boulevard. Might raise this up a tiny bit. It is a little bit dramatic. That sort of. Wonder if we can do it like this. Make it a forced sort of ground piece. They're apparently not the same type of road. There we go, that's probably a little bit nicer. Cool. I think we will delete that section there. Sorry all the trucks, because we do not want you to be using this now. It's sort of past the time of being able to use that. Cool. While we're here, we can make some changes to this railway as well, because it doesn't need to pass over the road anymore. That sort of ugly little maneuver we were doing, which, to be honest, looked pretty crap. we can actually stop doing that now. Kathleen Bridge can go as well, because that is not a movement we want to be encouraging. This road was there primarily to get down to the ferry wharf. So yeah, everyone else can go through into the city that way. Alright, let's convert these to surface pieces. And I wonder if we've got a little fancy bridge we could sort of stick in here and repurpose it a little bit. Well, it doesn't need to be as high up now either. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so we can play that again. I would like to do something different with this bridge, but that's probably something that we'll leave for the end, because it's not really important. God, why do we have everyone turning here? Oh, they're still turning around from when we removed it, I think. Okay. So that is, I mean, that's phase 1A complete, really. We're just going to finish demolishing some of these old bits of road. I will leave this stretch here because we probably will want to do something with it. But yeah, can probably add back in Walker Street here. That's not phase 1A though. So we're now on to phase 1B, where we will be looking to make a connection between Lorene and Lorikeet Valley. But the question is, where does it make sense to do that? I feel like this road here probably makes sense because we have, it is a through route. It does go through all the way to this roundabout, though we do have a small road here that has restricted traffic access. Regardless, I think that still is probably the most logical place for us to be doing that. So first thing we're going to do is upgrade our roads all the way through. It's going to require some acquisition of properties, unfortunately, but it's part of it, isn't it? Part of the... it is what it is. And from here, I'm going to go with... let's see. So we want our... yeah, these ones here. Large avenue with grass. I think these are really nice. You know, they're nice, decorative sort of roads, but they still... oh no. Ferries are going to be travelling through that avenue though, which I don't think is the best idea. It's probably not my most successful plan I've ever made. How high is this bridge? I really like that sort of like a sort of a through arch-ish. I'm not up on design terms, but it's sort of like arch-ish, but it's on the center, which I think is cool. That's way too low. That's way too low. We need to lift that up. Nope, that's not what I want. Change you over to this height, and I'm going to be lazy and set slow mode like this. And how does that look? Yep, that's high enough. But we probably do need to slightly change our pathing here for our ferries, because it looks like they may just be skirting across the edge of the beach there. Alright, but after we get down here, what happens? So obviously we can't join up on Birdsong Boulevard directly, as we've got our City Hall sitting right there. I did want to join up with Kathleen Street. I wonder if we will actually be able to sort of get that connection in, because it's going to require quite an aggressive sort of turn. We might move this rock just out of the way, which we've now used to demolish a whole lot of trees, unfortunately. So got people parked on the bridge. I don't know if we want that. Yeah, we might ban parking on that. That's okay for the moment. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Can we... I don't know if this is going to look any good. You know what? I think it's acceptable. I don't think it looks terrible. What we might actually do, though, is boost that part up to 2 lanes, though, so we've got some turning lanes. Does that look okay? Yeah, I think that looks okay. May as well do the whole sort of this bit. Now we've got some dedicated turning lanes there. So we've got a second connection now, and I'm probably going to expect everyone to start running for this road because there's no traffic on it. So everyone's going to be wanting to come up here. But that's phase 1B done. Let's check our traffic overlay once again. Yeah, 44%, so it's dropped down again. Probably because people have started filling out the existing roads we have here. But let's have a look at some of our traffic routes. Let's see where people are actually going. So if we check on our bridge here, so obviously there's a lot of traffic sort of traversing the city. We do have some through traffic through to our freeway, which obviously is part of the reason why we are sort of wanting to implement some sort of motorway structure. And on our new bridge, oh look at that, we've got lots of people wanting to use that. We've even got some people wanting to come to or from our new suburb here, our as yet unnamed suburb, to make this crossover here, obviously trying to avoid the massive traffic on Birdsong Boulevard. So it's looking nice, it's looking good, and I think we're well on our way to fixing our traffic woes. I'm also noticing there is a lot of people that are actually using the walkway on this bridge, which is excellent news, and I'm wondering, has this increased walkability, will that also impact our traffic? I would say it probably will. So we've got a lot of people who are now deciding, oh, I can actually just walk over. We've got this lovely walking bridge, so I don't need to take my car. One thing I do want to do, though, is I need to get rid of parking on this bridge. It looks absolutely horrendous, having people parked there. No, we don't want, we want no parking. So no parking zone. Get out of there. So that should be much nicer, I think. Alright, and we need to start working on phase 2 of our transformational project we've got going here. So, as I've mentioned, this sort of road here, this thoroughfare, will become a more local road that will allow us to build on it. It's not uncommon with sort of country towns in Australia that what was originally your main highway does become a local road, and you will have a bypass, or that one will become the old Pacific Highway or old New England Highway, whatever it's called, and it will become more of a sort of a civic centre sort of area. So we're going to go through that process here, and I've mentioned I probably want to sort of break off from a roundabout here where it goes into 2 lanes each way. So what I'm going to do, we are going to need to do a bit of a sort of a interchange along here to allow access to the city. So we'll probably leave that till last, or relatively sort of late in the process, though we might build a temporary sort of at-grade interchange once we start, running with this new design. So what I'm going to be using, these concrete highways. And the one we're going to run with right now will be the 2-way or 4-lane national road. So this isn't like a full-on like urban motorway. It would still be built to motorway standard, but it's still a sort of just a regular-ish highway. So if we zoom in and have a look at them, I think it looks really cool. It's concrete rather than asphalt. We need to set up what we want our lights to be as well on that. Because at the moment, I think they're just like little spotlights. We'll use Bob to do that. So we'll change over these light placeholders to, what are we looking at? Not a light column. Not those either. Yeah, sure. Maybe not though. So we might go with these new street light highway. Lovely. So we've got some new lights there. I think that looks nice. So we've done that in Bob, so that will apply automatically to all of that particular network. And what we're going to do, we're going to have to do a little bit of finagling here. So we're going to start off by turning off road collisions. You'll see why I'm doing this in a sec. So we're cheating a little bit, you see. So we're actually going to run this this road outside of our current area. See, this is a national project here, right? So we've basically been given, or it really would be the state government doing this, to be honest. They're building this so it goes outside of our city limits. So that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to loosen some of these curves a little bit. And now the challenge is going to be sort of building, probably what we'll be actually doing here is a little bit building into the mountain. And that's okay. Once again, we've got that federal government money to play with. And we're probably going to go more freeform now that we've sort of got that done. We don't mind a little bit of tunneling either. That is okay. I don't want bridging though, so if we have any bridges, we'll come back and fix those up. Like that one. Obviously that will be a bridge or something like that. I want to convert this guy over here. And here what we're going to do, we are actually going to... so once again, this will be following more or less the same alignment as our old Birdsong Boulevard here. So we'll probably tunnel under our road and station and pop up back over here, pass over here, and we'll have room for our sort of first major interchange in this section here. I also still had collisions turned off, didn't I? So we need to fix all of our trees that are on our highway. That's okay, it's fine. Whoops. Nah, it'll be alright. Cool. From there, we will be curving under our existing roadway here. Really need to curve that down a little bit more. Then we will tunnel again. Not tunneling. We probably would actually be better just bridging there, because we'll need to tunnel down a hell of a lot more. That's fine though. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. And from there... basically we're going to set up to... Oh, hello. To join back up with our City Link Road, which will we will actually take the alignment of City Link Road probably. Okay, so is it going to be easier to bridge that? Oh yeah, it is. Actually, it's almost high enough already. So if we just lift these up a little bit more. Then we will be able to force that into a raised segment. Nice. I think that's perfect. This is going to need a little bit more work. I think we may need to raise up Birdsong Boulevard a little bit more so we don't have to dive this road quite as much. But let's see what it would look like if we just take a slope down to our bridge. How's that going to look? Yeah, okay, so it's almost road level at this point. Oh, and what is happening here? We need to change these over to slopes, all of them. So how do can we quickly do that? Okay. So we definitely can raise up Birdsong Boulevard. It is quite... It does come down quite a bit. We sort of try and get it fairly level. To, you know, where it was. And if we... I'm hoping this works. It's quite extreme. But we can probably actually start to lower it from here, actually. If we just do some sloping. I think that's not too bad. That's not good, though. Yeah, that's not going to work out, is it? Let's fix slope mode here as well. Cool, that's fine. We'll fix that with detailing and stuff. And yeah, it probably needs to go down maybe a little bit more, but it's fairly manageable at this point. Cool. Now comes the tricky part. Tricky part being our interchanges, which I think I can do, but it's going to need, you know, a fair bit of effort to get right. So I'm basing this off my memory, at least, of a Yumble TV video I watched a while back on how to do a spooey, and Yumble is, you know, the design that they came up with was fantastic and really novel. So I'm going to be trying to do that, pretty much. First of all, we need to straighten out these segments or make sure they're reasonably straight, which is probably going to require a little bit of fixing here. Alright, so we've got a very straight segment there. It's a little bit off center. It's fine. And I'm thinking probably we may need to actually turn this into a little tunnel rather than have a bridge. Because I think these sort of two bridges may not quite work exactly how we had planned. So we might do that now. That's workable at the moment. And now we're going to work on the actual spooey itself. Alrighty, here's where things will start to get a little bit silly. So we have a node here, surprisingly. That's one node. We will try and get these straightened, and then here's something that I hope will work, but I don't know if it's going to work. What we need to do, we need to shift over a few of these nodes, or a few of the entry roads, whatever you want to call them. So we want our orange here, this guy here, and we need to offset it. Or shift it, in fact, I think we need to do. We need to shift it in the other way, negative. And what we're trying to do here is shift this over to, so it's more or less perpendicular. So it would be as though we'd taken this road and just gone straight in. This actually should be a 4+3, not a 4+2. I've just realised. I don't think we have a 4+3, do we? Probably not. Workshop, help me out. I need a 4+3. We might come back to this. Alright, we're back again. I've obtained some new roads as well. So these are slightly different. These are actually 8-lane roads, and that will also make sense in a second. So I mentioned, and of course we're going to have to re-lane connector everything, which it's already stuffed up anyway, so that's fine. So I'll show you the lanes I was going to say purchased, the lanes I've got. So I've got these ones here. So these are US roads, which sucks. I mean, not sucks that the US roads, it just sucks that there weren't any Australian options available, but or just more generic options, but we're going to have to deal with it. So we've got these ones here, and we'll do the whole way down as well. We'll slightly, we've got it on bridge, so we'll fix that. I'll redo the lane connectors. So the reason that we've gone 5-lane in one direction now is that we will have a dedicated left turn here. And we'll also have, well, obviously we were doing this anyway, a dedicated lane for our left turn there as well. Okay, so the effect of having a dedicated left turn lane here and having the straight through there is that we can have our left turns in all directions running all the time. They don't need to stop at all. So that's, I think, a good win for us, I guess you could say. And it'll allow the traffic to flow a bit better. So our lane connectors are done now, luckily, or luckily, or however you want to say. So we can now really sort of hone in on what we want our intersection markings to look like. Okay, and I think that should be fine. I think that's all we need to add in, I think. So we should be good now to play. And it shouldn't break too much. The only thing I'm concerned about is this movement here. So we might need to add in a quick node there to allow people to actually get over to make that left turn or not make the left turn, as the case may be. So those nodes are a little bit close together, but I think it'll have to do. What I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to sort of redo the nodes in this section, because they were a bit jank, so we might get rid of both and just add a single node in the middle there. So I'm going to try pressing play now, and see how we go. Oh yes, we've also got all our buildings that are now in the wrong place. Well, let's just move them. We're not going to require these buildings, we're just going to relocate them. Alright, so the spooey's done. It's fantastic. We just need to sort of join it onto the highway. And we just need to finish sort of what work we're going to be doing on the highway at this point. Alright, so... hang on, what? Someone was just using this road. Where did you come from? Unless they went down all the way to the end, did a U-turn and came back. Alright, anyway, so, look, basically, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly finish connecting this motorway up to sort of our main road network. The reason for that is, I mean, this is the longest recording I've ever done, to be honest. I've been recording for over 2 hours. I usually try and keep my recording sessions nice and sort of compact, with not a lot of editing required, because I don't have, you know, all that much time to edit. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly make a connection to either end, and pretty much leave it there for the moment. Alright, so we've done a couple of quick and dirty connections there. I'm not particularly proud of them, but yeah, we were literally just running out of time, to be honest, to make this work. So we do now have our highway, or our orbital motorway, whatever you want to call it, that is now running. So we should start to see some usage of our spooey. That means we also need to set up light cycles, which aren't really set up right now, but it should be okay. We should be able to manage with the sort of setup we have right now. Obviously, there's going to be the odd struggle. That's to be expected, really. But I think overall, I think we've done pretty good getting this all set up in a decent position. One thing I will do before I finish off is I will set up custom light cycles for this, because vanilla is just not going to handle this. We've also had some slight strangeness happening. So some of our lane connectors have disappeared. Oh, they're all gone. What's happened? Okay, well, we'll need to fix that. Okay, so problem was that one of our entries was facing the wrong way. I reckon that's probably deleted all my lane connectors again. No, it hasn't. Excellent. But is it still facing the wrong way? No, it's facing the right way. So here we go. All right, perfect. Alright, lovely. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up a custom light cycle now for this. No. So this is only a 3-step cycle. And we're going to go sort of in order on our main road compared to, and then to our highway. So on our main road, what we first want, we change modes. Let's change, in fact, let us change all of them. So first of all, left turns all round. They always happen. Literally, there's no point where they can't happen. And then what we'll do, we're going to set up right turns on our main road here. We're going to start with a sort of a standard 3 to 8 type length, and we'll tweak it from there. So our next step will be straights. And our final step is going to have right turns from our motorway exit. And left's allowed there. Hang on. Yeah, perfect. I might have just accidentally turned those off myself. So if we start with that, that should set us up pretty well, I think. Right, so we've got a basic connection here. We only have the one interchange, as we've just run out of time. I did some more tweaking as I'm you know, tend to do from time to time, and it's blown out to about 2.5 hours of recording. It's probably going to be about, you know, 30 to 40 minutes for you, so that's why I've had to cut it short. If we have a look at our traffic at this point, apparently we're 100%. I don't know where the hell that comes from, though. I was hoping, like, well, maybe we'll be at like 60% or something. But as we can see, our new bridge is getting plenty of use. In fact, it is actually causing backups here. So going up to 2-lane is probably going to be what we're going to need to do. We'll actually do that now, to be honest. So there's that. Hopefully upping the lane count there will allow some better flow through for the traffic. But yeah, that's going to be about it for this episode. So we got through phase 1 and partially through phase 2. It looks to be flowing quite well. The traffic, we still need to fix all those trees in the road. But overall, I'm quite happy with how it looks. It's certainly taken a lot of the pressure off Birdsong Boulevard here. So that's, I mean, at the end of the day, so that's what we were really planning to try and do. We do need to clean up some of our roads in the city now. We've got a little bit of the old Birdsong Boulevard sitting here, which is being used as a turnaround for coroner's vans, and oh god, what's happening there? Yeah, cool. So yes, that needs working on, and we also need to build probably 2 more interchanges. Probably one sort of up in this area here, and potentially one near Lafayette Hills, because Lafayette Hills is now like completely cul-de-saced. So that is not a good thing. So we need to work on it. Obviously, this ideally would have all happened together, but I've just run out of time to do it. So I hope you would join me in the next one, where we, you know, finish off the... Oh, hang on a damn minute. What the hell? What? Okay, yeah. We're going to leave it, because otherwise I'll be here for another 3 hours doing this. But that... Oh, yeah. That's our 100% traffic flow right at work there. Maybe it's like a... it's gone into the negatives, so it's gone back up to the top. I don't know. That needs to be fixed. But if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time you post a video. You can find links to my social media in the description, as well as the link for my Discord. So please get on there, like, subscribe, follow, join the conversation, do all that wonderful stuff. And as well as that, please have a look at the Buy Me a Coffee if you've been enjoying the content, if you want to give something financial. But until next time, I'm Bob Dedry. This is City Skylines. Thank you so much for watching. And goodbye.